It's past 8.
Issues of the day under T-Radar.
Yes, come in, T-Radar. I know you have issues. Good morning.
That last track sort of reminded me of Switzerland.
Why is that?
Sort of the cowbell thing, sort of, I don't know what it was they were whacking on there at the end.
Oh, they're
Blowing.
they like their cowbell. There's nothing wrong with a bit of cowbell, as you know.
Well, I'm from the Waikato. We love them.
Yeah.
Every time there's a bit of a rugby match, we're
Mooloo.
out with the cowbells.
Yeah.
All of that, and that terrible chant. What was it? Mooloo?
Yep.
Ole, ole, ole.
You and your did one of your cows have a cowbell? Did you
No.
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 Why do they have cowbells anyway? Why do cows
I
have
think it's
cowbells?
so they can find them. Because they let them go up into the hills, I think, so they can hear
of
where
course.
they are.
So it wouldn't make
Also-
sense if you had one in a paddock.
No. But they do like them. They're big fans of them, the Swiss. You see the cows walking around, ting-tong, ting-tong.
Yeah.
Yes, marvellous.
But I wonder why it ended up being a cow, like a bell, like it sounds. You know,
Well,
why?
as opposed to what?
Well, I mean, there's like one of the little tinkle ones, or.
I think they all have different sounds, and you can identify the cows by the bell. So you know where old Betsy is, I think. They really love their cows, the Swiss.
Yeah.
So they like to dress them up with garlands of flowers and walk around in their little outfits. Wonderful sort of sense of pride and history still over there in Switzerland. I wish we had a weird little national outfit that we could dress up in.
Well,
You know, like lederhosen.
leader.
Not like sort of Nazi uniforms.
I suppose we have traditional Māori costumes.
I suppose we do.
You know,
yes.
the moa
grass
feather.
skirt with the rugby shorts.
No, that's the Kiwi feather, isn't it?
Oh, the korowai.
Oh, is it the Korowai?
Is that right?
So?
How multicultural are we?
I tell you what though, it's not Nazi regalia.
It's not, no. We leave that to the students of Lincoln University in trouble this week. They had a German sort of an Oktoberfest party, and some people came dressed up with a Nazi theme as Nazis and as concentration camp prisoners. And one student said that the partygoers were hailing to Hitler and making tasteless jokes about one of the darkest periods in human history.
Yes.
Naturally, of course, some people not happy about that. Jewish Council called it an abhorrent demonstration of ignorance. Clearly, the Jewish Council hasn't spent a lot of time listening to Talkback Radio because there was a lot of support for the students of Talkback Radio. So, the best one of all came from a prominent Maori broadcaster who said that the Jews and whatnot should just get over it. As opposed to, decrying anyone who rings up and says, Maoris, you should just get over it.
Yeah.
It was, yesterday afternoon was a stunning example of often stopping what I was doing and just staring inanely at the radio. You know how you do that when you hear something and you think, I'd like to respond, but the only response I can have is just to look at the radio in disbelief, as if somehow this inanimate object was the source of the ignorance that was coming from it.
Unfortunately, though, okay, and we all agree we've got to keep those memories alive in order for humanity to learn lessons, right?
But we don't. That's the thing.
That's the thing. We don't. And this thing in 100 years' time, we're not.
No. Well, it doesn't even need to be 100. There's been several genocides since then. There's been Cambodia, Rwanda, Serbia.
But the problem is, T-Radar, we can't even have this conversation. This conversation is banned right now.
Well, that was part of what was the subject of discussion on the radio yesterday. And there was a lot of dissenting opinion. So, in many ways, what the students have done at university is, in fact, not dishonour it, but bring it back to the forefront of discussion. We would not be discussing the Holocaust and its ramifications were it not for people getting dressed up and drinking a whole lot of beer.
Well, look. Students have been in the news for the past 2 weeks for various reasons. None of them good.
No.
Can we just accept that students will do studenty things and move on?
They do, and it's not doing stupid things is not solely the sort of preserve of students. Nationals Hunui MP Paul Hutchison dobbed in for driving down the motorway while reading.
Was he?
Many of us have
What was he reading? Do we know?
Well, no, some kind of shit. She said the person who dobbed him in said he was reading and looked to be practicing a speech. He said he was hurrying from one function to another, and he was obviously sort of trying to bone up on what it was he was supposed to do. So I suspect he was moving. No, I don't have a problem if you're sitting at a set of traffic lights reading, so long as you sort of make sure that you drive off at the right time.
Yeah.
But driving down the motorway, no. Well,
Look, as long as it was an important cabinet paper.
Well, I suspect he's probably going to some sort of meeting about some local development thing or something, whatever it is that MPs do.
I'm not sure some of our representatives read enough cabinet papers.
No, although there was an interesting report from the States a couple of days ago that says young people in particular are now writing more than at any other time in history.
Are they?
Because, we're no longer sort of writing, because the only time you ever used to write was like an assignment for school.
Yeah.
Now they're blogging and beboing and texting, all forms of the written communication.
And it's not good written communication, is it?
Well, it's still communication.
But it's not like the classic letter writing, that used to be done.
No, and in years to come, when you fossick through your sort of box of tricks, remember when you found a letter from when you were a kid and it brought back all those memories of, love letters to girlfriends and letters from your grandparents and all of that? All gone. All of that's going to be gone.
Yeah.
Disappeared into that great miasma that is the zeros and ones of the internet.
Well, do you think things are going to be more permanent in the digital realm than, say, that letter that's fading from World War One?
Well, it all depends, I suppose you could say, because there is that big thing saying, and Obama said it, be careful about what you put on Facebook, it's going to come back to haunt you. And so, yes, and even yesterday, I think both of the newspaper outlets had sort of stories on embarrassing photos of mullets and family portraits that come, up onto the internet to haunt you. But
have you been there?
Yes, I have seen them. Very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of naked people with cats. What the hell is going on? There are some great family portraits, and you think, I wish that I knew that family. I wish they lived next door to me because they look like fun.
Do you? Because that's probably the family that's got another child kept captive in a tent out in the backyard.
Could well be. Could well be. But, it's all well and good until the internet breaks down, and then it could well disappear.
Yeah.
Anyway, look, hey, my favourite story of the week, because I know we're running late. This has to be, I think, the best sentence to begin a story that I've read in some time. And the entire sentence reads, a bear injured 9 people at a motorway rest stop in central Japan before being shot dead in a souvenir shop.
Jeepers.
A souvenir shop. A bear, Japan, injuring people at a motorway rest stop.
Where did those are the bears normally on the loose in Japan?
Well, apparently so. And then it said it was shot dead by a hunter.
Was
who
it?
Just happened to be armed in a souvenir shop in Japan.
Surely this hunter was chasing the bear out of the wilderness. The bear went for refuge in the souvenir shop, and the hunter chased it in there.
I don't know. I think he just sort of randomly attacked people at a bus stop parking area. I wouldn't have thought that would have been one of the dangers of Japan, being groped on the subway, which they're having a bit of a crackdown on as well. But being mauled by a bear at a bus stop.
Poor old Yogi.
Poor old Yogi. 1.3 metre bear. What does that mean? What's a 1.3? Is it 1.3 metres to the shoulder, or is it 1.3 metres when it stands up? Regardless, that is a lot of beer.
It's a fairly sizable. It must have escaped from a zoo or something. There's no bears.
Well, apparently
in Japan,
there are bears in Japan.
I would imagine that if there are, they'll be the very cute and cuddly kind.
Well, generally you'd think that. I went to the zoo and I saw animals that looked cute and cuddly, but I wasn't going to get in the enclosure with them. I saw the giraffe. If anyone is in Auckland today and they want to and they're feeling a bit down and a little bit sort of, go to the zoo and wait until the young giraffe runs, and it will just cheer you right up straight away. That's my advice for the week.
Or
giraffe running.
You go to the sea lion pit and you go to the underwater bit and you wait for it to poo underwater.
Oh, I never
saw
saw that.
That is an experience right
Crikey.
there.
I saw the tiger doing a bit of a squirt, marking its territory.
Did you?
Oh,
did you get it on camera? Because you put that on YouTube, you get millions of hits.
Oh, look, that's right. It's classic. Probably one of the most famous ones of all, the little monkey that scratched himself in his nether regions and then sniffed his finger and fell off a branch. I will never tire of that clip. Never.
Or the panda that the young panda that sneezed and. That's a famous one.
Look, you can go through all of the kind of the things, the terrible stories of the week and all of that, but it all comes back. In this day and age, who needs the love letters of the past? We've got clips of animals being wacky.
That's the stuff we remember. Thanks very much, T-Radar. Cheers, T-Radar there with his issues.